Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 12 is here and 11 is in the books. And last week I went 2-1-1 in my video, 2-1 in my under and overs on Twitter. Leave me 4-2-1. Overall for the full year, as far as the pool stats go, I am 82-76 at 52%. Only 2 people in the pool. I have 1 game more winning picks than I do. But, you know, they have confidence points, and man, I lost my 3 biggest confidence point numbers. I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, for the pool goes, Deja Vu's in first place, 707 points, 51%. Red Hot Lady, number 25 at 702 points at 51%. Let's Take the Moon's Money at 667 points, 53%. Rostradamus, 665 points, 51%. Ezra, 662 points, 53%, and Crazy Thing 657 points at 51%, and me, I'm at 613 points at 52%. This week there are no buys, so there are 16 games. I usually do 2 videos. I'll do a Thanksgiving Day and a Sunday, but this year I'm so busy that I'm just going to do 1 video that covers everything. So that being said, let's get on with the show. My 4th pick of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got the Chicago Bears traveling to the New York Jets. The Chicago Bears are a 4.5-point road dog. Chicago's 4-1 at home versus New York since 1985, and 5-0 ATS versus the Jets in the last 5 games. Chicago 4-0-1 ATS on the road versus the Jets. The Jets are 2-5 ATS this year in the last 7, but 4-8 ATS in the last 12 games as a favorite. Justin Fields is questionable. I know he hurt his non-throwing shoulder. Even if Trevor Siemian plays, I'd wait till near game time before betting this one and see if you can pick up more points if you can. This is going to be a run-hungry game, sort of like the Patriots-Jets game last week. And I feel so bad for the Jets. 11 seconds, and they punt the ball, and he runs it back for a touchdown. The Patriots won on that last week. Yeah, here I think the Chicago Bears, you know, I know they're on back-to-back road games this week, but Justin Fields, you know, if he plays, take that 4.5 points. If you don't, it might even get closer to, you know, 6 or 7. So for me, I'm taking the Chicago Bears in the upset. So give me the Chicago Bears plus 4.5 or more. My 3rd pick of the week, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a 3.5-point home dog. Tampa Bay is 1-6-1 ATS in their last 8 games. Tampa Bay is 1-8 straight up in their last 9 games versus the AFC North. Cleveland 2-5 ATS last 7, but they're 7-1 ATS versus the NFC South. So they play the NFC South well. Good enough for me. I like the home dog. Tampa Bay is on back-to-back road games. So give me the Cleveland Browns plus 3.5. My 2nd pick of the week, we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Tennessee Titans. The Cincinnati Bengals are a 2.5-point road favorite. Cincinnati on back-to-back games on the road. They're on a 2-game win streak, but Tennessee's on a 2-game win streak as well, and on a long break. Last played, these 2 teams when they last played was the AFC divisional playoff game. That was a great game. Cincinnati did win 23-21, so there's your 2 points right there. Joe Burrow tied as career TD passes last week with 4 in 1 game. Cincinnati's 7-1 ATS in the last 8 games and 5-0 ATS versus the Tennessee Titans. Cincinnati's 9-2 ATS in the last 11 road games and 5-1 ATS in Tennessee. Tennessee is 8-0 ATS in the last 8 games, but is only 1-5 ATS versus Cincinnati at home. So for me, this would be a good game to watch. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals -2. And my number one pick of the week, we got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. The Los Angeles Chargers are a 4.5-point road favorite. Chargers on a 2-game loss as Arizona lost last week. They are on a short week as they played Monday night and they got blown away against San Francisco. The Los Angeles Chargers are 4-1 in the last 5 matchups against Arizona and have won by more than 7 points in all those games. Kyler Murray is questionable as he has a hamstring injury, so he may or may not play. Either way, hamstring's not something you can come across, and I don't see him running a lot, especially after coming over a hamstring injury. The Chargers are the number 2 public bet this week. So I see a lot of people jumping on this. The Chargers are 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games. Chargers also 5-0 ATS in the last 5 road games. And Arizona is 1-10 straight up in their last 11 home games. So give me the LA Chargers minus 4.5. And those are my favorite bets for the week. Let's go run down the rest of the games, including the Thursday night turkey games. We got the first game of the Thursday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Buffalo, back-to-back road games, I guess. They're playing in Detroit twice in a row versus Detroit in Detroit. So yeah, they travel back to Buffalo and deal with the snow, come back to Detroit. Might as well just got a hotel room. I don't know. Buffalo has won the last 3 matchups by 3 or less points. Detroit's 13-6 ATS in the last 19 games and second in the NFC North division. Yeah, that's right. Just under Minnesota. Hard to believe, but you know, a simple loss can do that and drop them back down. Buffalo's 0-5 ATS in the last 5 games versus the NFC North. And basically the Lions played best at home. So, you know, I'm not expecting a win with Detroit, like, you know, but I do expect them to cover that big 10-point spread. So give me the Detroit Lions plus 10. The second turkey game we got at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the New York Giants traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are 9.5-point favorites. This is the only divisional game of the week, so there may be a lot of screwy stuff going on. Every team but this game hasn't played each other in quite some time. The Giants are 2-9 ATS in the last 11 matchups versus Dallas. And 0-5 in Dallas the last 5. Plus the Giants are 1-5 ATS in the last games versus the NFC East. Dallas had the largest road win last week in Dallas history, 40-3 versus Minnesota. That's unbelievable. Dallas is 8-1 ATS in their last 9 games versus the NFC East, so they've been playing well these last couple of years. So give me the Dallas Cowboys minus 9.5. And the night game on Thursday night, we got the New England Patriots traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings are a 3-point home favorite. New England won the last 5 matches by 7 points or more, and in those games versus the Vikings, and are 6-1 ATS in the last 7 games, and 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games versus Minnesota. Minnesota's had their worst home loss since 1963 versus Dallas last week. Minnesota's 5-1 straight up in the last 6 home games, 5-0 ATS versus the AFC, and 4-1 versus the AFC East. Most of these stats with New England were with Tom Brady. He's not there no more. Obviously, the New England Patriots offense ain't what it used to be. So on this game, I'm going do up, do down. We got the New England on a 3-game win cycle, and Vikings just lost last week. So give me the Minnesota Vikings minus 3. Next, we got the Sunday night 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time game. Houston Texans versus the Miami Dolphins. The Houston Texans are a 13-point road dog. Houston's on a 5-game losing streak, and Miami just off a bye. Miami's won the last 2 matches at home by 8 points and 18 points versus Houston. Miami's 2-5 ATS in the last 7 games, but 10-1 straight up in the last 11 home games. So they play at home extremely well. Houston's 1-4 ATS and 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games. Houston's 4-2 ATS in the last 6 games versus Miami, so they play Miami well, and Miami is the #1 bet this week. So usually when I see the #1 bet, I go against it. You're going to see a lot of points, especially wait till game day on this one. I'm taking Houston plus those 13 points. I'm hoping it might be closer to 14, but I see a lot of sharps jumping on 14. So 13, give me the Houston Texans. Next, we got the Denver Broncos traveling to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are a 3-point home dog. Love those home dogs. Denver is 6-1 versus Carolina since 1997. Only Carolina win was in 2008, but only 4-10 ATS in the last 14 games and 1-7 straight up on the road. It's Denver. Carolina is 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games at home. I'm taking the home team. I'm catching points, so give me the Carolina Panthers +3. Next, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders are a 4-point home favorite. Atlanta 4-0 in Washington in the last 4 meetings, but Atlanta is only 1-4 in the last 5 games this year. Now Washington's 5-0-1 ATS in the last 6, so they're doing extremely well lately. And Washington's 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games versus the NFC South. Give me the Washington Commanders on a 2-game winning streak and -4 points. Next, we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Baltimore Ravens are a 4-point road favorite. Last matchup in Jacksonville, Jaguars won 44-7. Put a slapping back in 2017. Baltimore 2-4 ATS in the last 6, and 1-5 ATS in the last 6 versus Jacksonville. So yeah, Jacksonville plays them tough. Jacksonville this year, though, is only 1-6 ATS in the last 7, and 1-4 ATS versus the AFC teams. Jacksonville 0-5 straight up versus the AFC North, and they in the last 5 matchups. So Jacksonville's off a bye. Baltimore's on a 4-game win streak, so 4 points. Why not? So give me the Baltimore Ravens -4. Next, we got the Sunday 4 o'clock game. We got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are a 3-point home favorite. Seattle 5-2 ATS in the last 7 games at home. Las Vegas is utter garbage. There's no stats I can bring up that makes them sound any kind of good. They did win last week. I give them that. But do up, do down. Vegas on a win and are on back-to-back road games as well. Seattle off a loss, but came off a bye, so give me the Seattle Seahawks -3. Next, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers are a whopping 9.5-point home favorite. New Orleans 3-1 in the last 4 matchups versus San Francisco by 3 or more points. San Francisco is the #3 public bet this week. New Orleans 2-4 ATS in the last 6 games. San Francisco is 12-6 in the last 18 games, and San Francisco is 10-2 ATS versus the NFC. Man, you just can't beat those numbers. San Francisco on a short week though, but are on a 3-game win streak, so give me San Francisco -9.5. Next, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are a 14.5-point home favorite. My goodness. Kansas City 3-0 versus the Rams at home in the last 3 matchups by 20 or more points. So this 14.5 points ain't nothing. Matt Stafford is doubtful. He's without a concussion protocol. The Rams 2-9-1 ATS in their last 12 games. Not looking good. There's no way in heck I'd bet, especially the Rams on back-to-back road games as well and off a loss. So Kansas City beat 20 or more points in the last 3 matchups, so give me the Kansas City Chiefs -4.5. Next, we got the Sunday night game. We got the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Green Bay Packers are a 7-point road dog. Green Bay is 2-6 ATS in the last 8 games. Philadelphia is 9-1, but only 2-4 ATS in those last 6 games. So Green Bay 6-2 ATS versus Philly. Do up, do down on this game. And Green Bay on a long week as they play Thursday. So give me the Green Bay Packers +7. And last but not least, we got the Monday Night Football game. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Pittsburgh Steelers are a 3-point road dog. Pittsburgh 7-0 in the last 7 matchups by 2 or more versus the Colts. Pittsburgh 5-1 ATS in the last 6, 6-0 ATS versus the AFC South. Jeff Saturday, interim coach, 1-1. Mike Tomlin's a better coach in this game by far. Indianapolis is 1-6 ATS in the last 7 games as a favorite. And in this game, I'm going with the better coaching, so give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +3. All right, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving this year. Also, my 3-team teaser is I got Miami Dolphins -6, the Baltimore Ravens on the money line, or if you want to reverse tease it to +2, or Kansas City -7.5 points. Those are my 3 games. I'm not doing that great in the teaser world. There's always one team that totally destroys it for me, and that was like the Vikings last week. So again, I wish everybody a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you next week. Peace.